Hey everyone, okay, so today I'm going to be giving you some primer tips, tricks, hacks, however you want to call it. Probably know all of these, but it doesn't hurt to go over some because some of them are really quite good and it just takes a little bit more time. So let's start with the first one, primer. Primer is used to resurface the skin so that foundation goes on more beautifully and so that it lasts longevity. So here are some ways to go about that. Now, I've never been a massive fan of primer all over the face, but certain areas look really, really good. Now, primer I love at the moment, and I've got 3 of these in different varieties, is the VDL, and this is a brand I've never ever heard of, and it's so beautiful. The Lumalea Primer Fresh is really, really radiant in terms of light reflectability without any visible shimmer or shine. It has a slight whitening effect on the skin, as you can see, and it is so beautiful in terms of the way it makes skin look. So this is my favorite primer at the moment. Now, tips. First of all, if you find your foundation isn't lasting as long as you want and you're powdering with a powder and a puff, then you can add a drop or 2 of this into your foundation. You may need to use a tiny bit more. This will, first of all, it will set your makeup quicker, but it will prolong the longevity. If you're finding that your concealer creases or is generally irritating, there are 2 ways to go about it. Apply concealer first, then add a tiny drop of the primer, pat it over it, and then go re-over again with a little bit of concealer. That will really help. Or you can combine your primer and your concealer on the back of your hand, just mix it in. That works really, really well. If you want to turn any loose shimmer powder, like a blusher or a loose shimmer, into something with more longevity, sprinkle a little bit of this into your palm with a tiny pump of primer, and you will get the most glistening, reflective shine or longevity with sort of powder blushes like this one, which is by Bare Minerals. Just looks so pretty on the skin, and they last for such a long time when you do it this way, which is just marvelous. Another way, if you're really struggling with your foundation just buggering off during the day, pump of your primer, couple of spritz of a setting spray into your palm, then go over, then a quick spritz of a setting spray, and apply the rest of your makeup and be done. Now, primer can also be used, providing it's okay to, on the eyelids in replace of a primer, a little bit across the eyelid, a little bit of loose powder, then go on about your day with your eyeshadow work. Works really, really well in giving a slightly stronger color and longevity. Doesn't work as well as an eye primer, but it's still really good. Another way, apply primer to your lips, then let it dry, make sure it's dry, and then go over with your lipstick or pencil. This will help to increase longevity, but I've got an even better tip than that for foolproof lips all day long, but that's in another video. Again, primer can be applied to all areas of the face. If you find that there are areas of your face that are particularly problematic, where they're just not lasting, run it through your eyebrows, apply your powder or your pencil, however you're going to do it. You will find that they will last longer. Now, this primer has always been one of my favorites, but it's like super glue. So you need to bear that in mind. It is the Philosophy, the Present. Now, this needs to be applied, and it really needs to be left for a minimum of 3 minutes, right the way up to say 4, 5, 6 minutes before you do anything else, because it's like glue. It will stick to your skin, and anything that goes on it sticks. And it can make blending a little bit more problematic, though with inventions like the Beauty Blender and other things, it's not too bad. But this is a triumph of a primer. This is really the super glue of primers, and this, which I've just mentioned, which is the Lumalea Primer Fresh from VDL, is beautiful. Now, if you're looking for one that's going to give you less pores, VDL, I've also got the Lumalea Primer and this Satin Veil, which are really, really nice. So these are more poreless. But the radiance, you're looking at the Primer Fresh, the Lumalea, and for super glue hold, the Present. It's just the best one in terms of primers. Now here's the final tip with primer, and this isn't really more of a hack, it's just more of a method. Apply your primer to your skin, then with a powder puff, with a really small amount of loose powder already in it, over your face completely with this. Then apply your foundation with a Beauty Blender, then spritz your face with a setting spray, and then go back over with the powder. Nothing's going to move with this because you've got primer, powder, foundation, setting spray, powder again. Don't think that just because you've got a small amount of powder on, you can't apply liquid over it. You can, it's going to look fine and no one's going to notice, promise. There you go, that's it. Some random nonsense about absolutely just nonsenseness, which you're going to go, yeah, well, I already knew that. And I'm going to be like, and that's just how the video is going to end. See you next time, bye-bye.